Yo, it's Nez, and I'm up in the kitchen, and I'm sure you're trying to look and trying to figure out what I'm going to be making by looking at all the ingredients. But as you can see, when I come in a little bit closer, I'm going to be making that Poppin Penne Vodka with some. I'm going to throw some chicken in there just for extra heartiness and flavor and all that goodness that you know that I bring to the kitchen whenever I come up in this piece. So before we get into the actual nitty-gritty on how to make everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything we need. Bam, pretty much right here. You need your olive oil. Bam. You need your vodka. You're going to use about, just so you know, you're going to use about a cup of vodka. Of course, you got your penny noodles. You're going to use about 3 cups of, light cream, heavy cream, whatever you want to use. You're going to use about maybe like 2 tablespoons of garlic. You're going to have your diced up about a half a bag or 1.5 ounces. And when I say half a bag, I mean like a half of one of these bags of sun-dried tomatoes, or it comes out to about 1.5 ounces because each bag is about 3 ounces, as you can see. So half a bag of that. This size can, what is that? 14.5 ounces can of diced tomatoes. 1 jar of your favorite tomato sauce, 24-ounce jar. Bam. Salt, pepper to taste. You're gonna need some butter. All right, I'm gonna say about a half a stick. That should do it. And of course, you need your onion. And what I also like to put in mine, I like to put in turkey bacon. Now you can use regular bacon, but the trick to the bacon is that the bacon has to be well done and crunchy. Okay, you can't be soggy bacon. I know a lot of people, they like their bacon, cooked, but you have to be well done, and there's a reason behind this, and I'll explain that later. But this is pretty much all your ingredients. I'll list all the items in the video description, so that way you don't have to keep pausing and back and forth the video. I'll do that for you, so that would make it a little bit easy for you. But as far as the onions concerned, if you notice, I have a blender out here. Now, the reason why I have a blender out here is because I don't dice my onions because I hate the way it makes my eyes feel. I can tolerate it. I just don't like the way it feels. So what I do is I cut it up a little bit, like maybe like 2 or 3 cuts, enough to fit inside the blender here, and then I blend it. And then usually when I blend it, it comes out a lot better than me dicing it anyway, and it takes like a fraction of the time, because I'll blend that whole onion in like 10 seconds, whereas if I chop it, it'll take me several minutes to chop it as fine as I need to chop, because my knife skills aren't on Iron Chef status. So until I get there, my blender's on Iron Chef status. And don't call it a ninja for nothing, baby. Anyway, when I come back in the video, we're gonna get down with it. Oh, just so you know, I know you hear the sizzling in the background. That's because I already got my chicken cooking. Basically, you just take whatever chicken that you want, chicken breast, season up however you want to season it, and you know me, I always lose Lawry's seasoning salt, and I throw some Sazon up in that bad boy. Just a little bit of Lawry's, a little bit of Sazon on it, and then basically you just want to cook it in a little bit of olive oil just to saute it and make it nice and done. You want to cook it on low heat until it's nice and done, and then we're gonna pull that out the oil, let that drain, and then I'm gonna dice that up, and that's gonna go in last, and I'm gonna mix all that in the penny last, and that's what's gonna turn this Poppin Penne Vodka into some charismatic chicken penny vodka. However you want to say it, however you want to do it, don't matter. It's gonna be mad flavor, it's gonna be mad good, it's gonna be banging. You know how I do up in the kitchen. I'll see you on the flip, and then we're gonna get up into this. Okay, we back there. The first thing we gonna do is we're gonna take our onion, bam, and then we just gonna cut it up enough so that I can put it in the blender. No big deal, there's no science behind it. Doesn't gotta be perfect. It's just enough, just to basically get all the stuff off of it and get a nice bam. I know you're probably sitting there saying, "Oh, there's all you can use all that extra onion over there, but I don't need all of that because it's supposed to be a small onion." But this will have to do. Cut it, cut it. And now, what we gonna do is we gonna take this into the blender, and I'm gonna show you from there. Okay, we're back in. We're taking the onions, throw those in there. Don't gotta be any kind of specific kind of way. Just get them in there, bam, like that. Then we're gonna put the lid back on, lock it up, just hit pulse a couple times. Whoops, turn the power back on. And what I like to do, I like to take this off, shake it around a little bit, so that way the bigger pieces fall to the bottom. Hit pulse a couple more times. Ooh, that's all you need right there. Perfect. Those onions are all fleek, and then you take a look at them. That's pretty much what you want. That's what it would look like if I diced them up. You know, like I said, I'm not on Iron Chef status yet, but that's good enough to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up the oil, and then we're going to add the onions into the oil, start cooking these bad boys up. Now, as you can see here, got the oil sizzling up. Now, if you're looking, you're seeing little bits and stuff in the oil. Now, this is the same oil that I use to saute up the chicken. Now, the reason why I'm using the same oil, because if you see any of my other videos, I'm a big fan of using flavor upon flavor upon flavor. So you got to keep passing the flavor forward. So, with that being said, the flavor, when I seasoned the chicken, and then I fried it in the oil, and I knew I was going to need some oil to saute the onions, this oil is all seasoned up from the chicken. So now that seasoning is going to pass into the onions when we put the onions up in there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to add these onions up in there and get it popping for real. You see, I got these onions up in here now, and now you see all that flavor is getting all up into those onions, and that's exactly what we want. We want all that flavor. The goal here is flavor upon flavor upon flavor. You know, I'll be saying that a lot because, like I said, you use every opportunity to pass whatever flavor on to the next, and then the end result is just a mad, flavorful, flavor-rich dish. So I'm going to go ahead and cook these up a little bit, and then we're going to add in our garlic. Let that saute up a little bit for a couple minutes until it gets a little bit more tender. Then we're going to put in the garlic, do it for another couple minutes, then we're going to add in some more ingredients. Okay, now you see these are getting soft, so what I'm going to do is start adding in a little bit of garlic. We want about 2 tablespoons of garlic. That'll be good enough. Then you mix that all up in there. Let that saute. While that saute a little bit, what I'm going to do, add a little bit of my seasonings. Now, you could use regular salt if you like, but what have I been saying? Flavor upon flavor upon flavor, right? So, with that being said, what I'm using, Larry seasoned salt, baby. You know how I do. Sprinkle a little bit of that. Let that get up in you. Not too much. Maybe about 2 teaspoons. Eyeball it, but I know perfect science. Get some pepper in there. Now everybody always tells you when they when they do their cooking videos that you need cracked pepper. Cracked pepper. Let me tell you something. None of us is pepper scientists. None of us knows the difference between cracked pepper, fresh pepper, and this pepper right here. If you have pepper, this is fine. It don't gotta be fresh cracked pepper. This is fine. Pepper is pepper. All serve the same purpose. Tastes exactly the same. No one's palate is that perfect where they can taste the difference between regular pepper and fresh cracked pepper. People just like saying it, make it seem like everything's fresh, But the average person that's cooking don't have a pantry full of stock full of fresh items. They get stuff and they have, they try to put meals together from leftover items, and this is what you have in your pantry. You're not going to go out and buy fresh cracked pepper, or if you happen to have one of those pepper grinders, that's great. But a lot of people don't, and I'm one of them. And I'm not in a rush to go out and buy one. So that's what I'm using. So this is about where we want it right here. So next up, we're gonna measure up our vodka, and we're gonna add our vodka in there and get the vodka mixed all up in the mix. So we'll be back putting in that vodka, baby. Now, what we're gonna be using here is I'm using whipped cream vodka. Now, ordinarily I would say just use regular vodka, but because this is going to be a creamy dish, the whipped cream is going to add a little bit more depth to it. It's going to make it's going to add a little bit more sweetness to your vodka. It's going to be on point. All right, so about to add this 1 cup of whipped cream vodka. As you can see right here, 1 cup. We're going to go ahead and add that in. Okay, now we got that in there. We'll go ahead, stir that around, mix that up really, really well. Okay. We're going to let that cook until it starts simmering a little bit. Turn the heat up a little bit. But keep in mind, this is about where you want your heat. You don't want your heat too high. You don't want your heat looking like that. You don't want your heat looking like that. You want your heat nice and low, looking like that. Okay? Because you don't want to overcook your food. Now, as you see here, we're starting to come to a simmer a little bit. So, as soon as that starts simmering a little bit more, we're going to light this bad boy on fire. And let it cook off the vodka. See, because if you don't set it on fire, the reason why you want to set it on fire is because you want to cook off the alcohol taste to it. You want the flavor of the vodka, but without all the alcohol. All right. Some people like the alcohol. For people that like the alcohol taste, by all means, don't cook it off. But I strongly advise that you cook off the alcohol. It tastes much better. All right. And it's very simple. What I would suggest you do is get something that has like this, that has a long nozzle on it, so that way you don't want to go put no match up on there, because basically what you're doing is just bringing the fire close to it, and then the vodka will ignite, and then you'll start seeing a nice little blue flame, and basically you want to let that simmer for a couple seconds. Usually it'll cook off, but if you start seeing it rise up a little bit, then you can certainly just throw your lid to your pot over it, and then it'll finish cooking off, and then the alcohol will burn away. So here we go. Now, as you see there, we're on fire. It's crackling. The alcohol is burning off. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to get all the flavor from the vodka, but none of the alcohol. So keep in mind, it does take a little bit because it did put a cup of alcohol in there. But as you see, this flame is rising up a little bit. And it looks like it might start getting out of hand. So when that happens, when it starts looking like it's going to get out of hand, you can do something simple like just cover it up. Bam, just like that. Let it cover it up. Leave a little bit of air so that way you can finish burning off. But you want to cover it up, that way you're containing it. So that's doing that. Turn the heat down a little bit more. Because basically you want to get that vodka flavor all up in them onions, baby. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to start adding some more of the other ingredients. Take a look, see where we are. See? All done. All the alcohol's all burnt off. Nice and simple, baby. That's what we want. Just like that. Alright? So when I come back in, we're going to start adding in all the other good ingredients. And then we're going to go from there. Okay. Now we're about to add in our sun-dried tomatoes, chopped up or diced. And I just chopped them up a little bit because you know they're already julienne in the package. And then this is where I was telling you before about the cooking your bacon well done. Because when it's well done, it's easy to just take it and crumple it up and stuff like that. And plus, instead of so that way you have to pull out a knife all the time chopping stuff up. But if you like it, less done, then obviously you can take a knife out and cut it up into small pieces like that. But not for nothing, well done, it actually gives you more substance, in the sauce, because the not so done bacon or the just cooked till it's done bacon, it tends to just blend in with the rest of the tomatoes and everything else, whereas this gives it some, like I said before, it gives it some substance, a little bit of crunch and chew, and that's what you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break up a couple more small pieces there, a little piece there that I didn't forget. But what we're going to do is we're going to add this into our little mixture here, and go from there. So dried tomatoes, bam. Bacon, bam. Give that a nice little mix. Now you notice that I transfer over to a bigger pot, and the reason is because now we're about to start adding all our we're about to add our sauces and cream and stuff. So we're just going to give this a little mix, real good. Let this simmer a little bit for like another 60 seconds just to meld up a little bit. That's going to simmer for like another minute. Turn the fire up just a little bit more. Let that simmer up a little bit. And then what we're going to do is now that that's simmered up a little bit, as you can see. Now I'm going to go get and start adding in our tomatoes and stuff. Okay, now we turn the heat back down. Now that bad boy simmered up really good. Now I'm going to add in a can of bam, diced tomatoes. That's all up in there. Get that all up in you. Bam. What I like to do is add a little bit of water to get all that flavor, pond flavor. See? Now put a little bit of water in there. You don't need much, just enough to get what's in the can. Flavor, pond flavor. Bam, just like that. Bam, that's what we want. And now we're gonna add in our. I like to use extra chunky garlic, tomato, and onion. Give it some more substance. Because as soon as we add that cream in there, it's gonna spit it all right out. Now, we're going to mix this up a little bit, get all that mixed in together. Yeah, that's coming together now, baby. That's coming together. That's coming together, baby. That's coming together. Alright? It's just what we wanted right now. That's just what we wanted. Now, what I'm going to do take that half stick of butter, throw that up in there, get that all up in the mix. Let that melt up in there, turn the heat up a little bit more. Get that covered up so that could melt up. Okay, let that heat up a little bit. Next, let's go in. After that, it starts to simmer a little. We put the lid on. Let that simmer up a little bit. So while that's getting ready to simmer, as soon as that starts to simmer up really good, then we're going to add the cream, and then we're going to mix that up and go from there. So see you on the flip. Okay, now we're about to add the cream in there. You want 3 cups of cream. So that's number 1. Number 2. Already, that bad boy's starting to look crazy. And number 3. Now we're gonna mix this up. See what we're working with, baby. Look at this. Look at that. That's starting to look creamy delicious, baby. Creamy delicious. Let all that mix up really well. Look at that. Look how that's a nice color right there. That is a nice color right there. Now, I just want you to know that for right now, what I'm doing is this pot right here is a double serving, because obviously this is way too much sauce for 1 box of penne. Alright, so what I usually do is I usually take half of this and freeze it, so that way the next time all I gotta do is just what I do is I freeze it first, and then I drop it in one of my food saver bags after it's frozen, and then seal that up, take all the air out of it, so that way there's no ice crystals that forms on it. And then I throw that bad boy back in the freezer and just let that bad boy sit in the freezer. I date it and everything, and then the next time I don't got to go through all this. All I got to do is let it sit in some water for about an hour, and then it'll come to it'll thaw out, and then just throw it in the pot, warm it up, and dump it on some noodles. So the next time I'm doing all this work now, and the next time is only going to take me 20 minutes. So if you only just want to make 1 serving, just cut everything I just did, cut that in half, and that'll just be 1 serving for 1 box. But right now, all this is enough for 2 whole boxes. Now, if you have that size family where you need 2 whole big boxes of penne, then there you go. This is perfect for you. If you need 4 boxes of penne, then double this recipe. You know how to do it. It don't take a mathematician to figure it out. But yeah, so what I would do is let that simmer for about 10 minutes, and then during that 10 minutes I'm gonna go ahead and cook the pasta, and then when we finish, boom, we're gonna put on the pasta, add in the chopped up chicken, and then we golden. So I see when we're ready to put it all together. All right then. Okay, baby, here we are. We in there. The finished product. The penne alla vodka. This is what we've been waiting for. Doesn't this look so good? Now check this out. Now for all those who just want the penne vodka, this is what it's gonna look like. But you know me, I gotta not to steal a line from Emerald, but I gotta kick it up a notch. I got my diced seasoned chicken, with the seasoned salt and sazon. Just a little bit of seasoned salt, a little bit of sazon. Fry it up in olive oil until it's nice and done, and then dice it up, boom, just like that. I'm gonna take about half of that and mix it in with the penne, and then we're gonna be popping. This is gonna be that poppin' chicken penne vodka, baby. That poppin' chicken penne vodka. But look at this. Look at this. Like, This is like the perfect ratio. And remember what I was telling you, how this pot full was enough for 2 boxes? Well, this was half the pot of Penne Vodka, and that's a whole box of a penny. And as you see over here, I have the rest of the Penne Vodka in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze it in that Tupperware right there, so that way it takes the shape of the Tupperware. And then tomorrow when it's frozen, I'm going to take that, put it into a food saver bag, and suck the air out of it and seal it, vacuum seal it, so that way I could, you know, store it for longer and don't have to worry about ice crystals growing on it. So that's what I do there. But as for this is, oh man, I gotta taste this. I gotta see how this tastes. Let's see if it's working. Get me a fork. Alright, get me a little bit of the turkey bacon with the sun-dried tomatoes. Make sure I get a little bit of all that on the fork. Alright, so look at that. Got a little bit of turkey bacon there. Got some sun-dried tomatoes, some diced tomatoes, sauce. Alright. This is piping hot, so don't just put this in your mouth piping hot like this. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Now what I'm going to do, now it's time to get all emerald on you. Throw in that chicken, baby. Now we're gonna mix all that in there. Get all that mixed in there really well. You know what? You know what? I'm feeling froggy. I'm just gonna put all in there. Here we go. Bam! Do it all. I really want to taste this chicken up in here. Every single bite, I want it to be chicken. I want it to be turkey bacon. I want it to be sun-dried tomatoes. I want it to be sauce. This is going to be so good. Look at that. You get it all mixed up together. Everything. Now, let's get another fork. See what we're working with here. Make sure I get a little bit of all the ingredients on the fork. You know, I got to taste it all. That looks about right. Let me get another noodle. That looks about right. Got some turkey bacon there. Got some of the penne. Got some chicken. Sun-dried tomatoes. Got a little bit of everything. Let's go for it. Hold it. First, we got to blow it off. Oh, right there. That set it off right there. That set it off. So, your family's going to enjoy this. They're really going to enjoy this. You know, drop your comments. Let me know if you made it and how it came out and if you like it. Like I said, a lot of the things in my recipe can be substituted. Like the fact that I use vanilla vodka instead of regular vodka. You know, I mean, you can use regular vodka or you can use pineapple or whatever it is you like. You can use it. It just adds a little bit different type of flavor depending on what you like. Have at it. You know, I always use Lowry seasoning salt and Sazon to season up everything. You can use your favorite salt or you can use regular salt and pepper. You know, that's up to you. And as far as the pasta sauce that I use, I like to use that I like to use that ragu, baby. So you can, if you like Prego, use Prego. If you like Francesco Rinaldi, you know, get on that. You know, everything could be substituted to your liking. You know, so this could be changed around, flip flop, however you want to do it. But end result, I'm sure if you make it like this, I already know it's gonna be banging. If you make it the way you make it, I'm sure that's gonna be banging too. You know, let me know in the comments how you made yours. If you changed it up, if you did exactly the same, what variations, how you did it, let me know in the comments. Alright, so with that being said, you know, I'm up in the kitchen. Just made this Poppin Penne Vodka with some chicken up in it, and I'm out this piece. Bon appetito.